5 going more in depth for you this morning on a topic being talked about all around the country, the measles.
Several states seeing dozens of cases now. Arizona not yet, and hopefully that'll stay that way. But certainly concern is knocking on the door of our state as neighbors, California, reporting measles cases themselves. Our Megan Thompson live at our state capitol because some of that concern could trigger some new laws here. Megan.
Kaylee and Nick, one of those laws incredibly concerning to an East Valley mother that I spoke with. Arizona is one of 17 states that do allow parents to opt out of giving their kids vaccines before enrolling them in school. But House Bill 2162, as I hold it up for you here this morning, well, that would take it all away.
I wish my son could have taken these vaccines just fine and we could have lived our life.
And that's why Gilbert mom Brandy Williams says the term anti-vaxxer doesn't describe her.
People don't willy-nilly just stop vaccinating their kids.
It was after her son's reaction to a round of vaccines that she says she would have made a different decision.
My son's injection site swelled half the size of a chicken's egg. It was hard, hot to the touch.
Later on, her son was deemed to be severely autistic, and now her name among the long list of parents against House Bill 2162, which would get rid of a parent's choice to opt out of vaccinations for their kids before entering public or charter schools in Arizona.
There's also an exemption for medical exemptions. Nobody has any dispute with that.
Will Humble is the executive director of the Arizona Public Health Association, and he is in support of this bill. He explains the medical exemption would still stay if this passed, meaning a doctor could sign off on the opt-out option if they thought the vaccine would be unsafe. But Humble says with each personal exemption, that means the community is losing out on what's called herd immunity.
If you get a vaccination rate of, say, 95, 96%, it's virtually impossible for measles to propagate in a community because enough people are vaccinated.
Vaccination rates have dropped about 0.5% each year, which Humble says is really adding up.
I'm afraid that we're going to need a Washington state-like outbreak before folks will realize that this is a real problem.
Now, this bill has not even been assigned a committee, and if it hasn't done so by this point in the legislative session, it's likely not to happen. But there are plenty of other vaccine-related bills that are still making their way through the legislature this morning as well. Kaylee, we're going to break down those coming up in our next half hour.
Okay, and you can see why so many parents are paying attention right now to what is happening there at our state capitol. Megan, thank you.